The Nairobi Rivers Rehabilitation and Restoration Program is an ambitious initiative to clean the Nairobi River Basin, which is a network of rivers that flow through the city of Nairobi. The rivers comprise of Ngong, Nairobi and Mathare, which are tributaries of River Athi, which eventually flows into the Indian Ocean. The initiative aims at restoring the city's lost glory and its old reputation as a green city in the sun. Under the program, 17 government ministries are working together to create picnic and ecological sites along these rivers in order to transform them into an economic resource and ensure that the water supports aquatic life once again. The project is in line with one of Kenya's pillars of Vision 2030 of creating a clean and sustainable environment for national prosperity. The program aims at enhancing the ecological integrity and socio-economic value of the river basin, which is polluted with uncollected garbage and disposal of human waste from informal settlements, industrial waste in the form of gaseous emissions, liquid effluents, agrochemicals, and overflowing sewers. The Ministry of Environment and Mineral Resources in Kenya is charged with the responsibility of coordinating the program's interventions.
A nation that ignores its environment has no future. We cannot be that nation. And therefore, if we do not want to be that nation, then we must be ready and fully committed to take appropriate measures, however painful, to address these formidable strains on our environment. We must ensure sound management and utilization of our natural resources is made a priority in our development agenda, consistent with Vision 2030. And in order to reverse the deplorable environmental state of the basin, we as a government are fully committed to provide leadership and manage the program in a coordinated and integrated manner.
Among the interventions which the Ministry of Environment and Mineral Resources has so far undertaken is completing work on a 2.5-kilometer demonstration site at the Kijabe Street Globe Cinema roundabout, which was once choked with uncollected garbage but has now been cleaned up, trees planted, and picnic sites created. Another intervention is the development of an integrated solid waste management where transfer stations for handling all the garbage collected all over the city have been established. The sites have been fenced off in readiness for construction of sheds where the garbage will be sorted out before being transferred for dumping and the other recycled. Statistics indicate that about 2,400 metric tons of garbage are generated in Nairobi every day. However, only half of it is collected, with the rest being swept into the Nairobi River Basin by rainwater. According to a study, of the 2,400 metric tons of garbage generated daily, 14% is recyclable paper, 10% recyclable plastics, and about 54% is biodegradable, which means it can decompose naturally. The other intervention, which is among the priority startup activity, is the cleanup of the Nairobi rivers. This exercise, which is at an advanced stage, is being fast-tracked through the implementation of the Kazi kwa Vijana initiative, which is a government of Kenya initiative to engage the youth in gainful employment. Installation of sewerage and associated infrastructure is another intervention. The Ministry of Environment and Mineral Resources is collaborating with several stakeholders who include the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, in the rehabilitation and restoration of the Nairobi River Basin.
Some of the bilateral support that we have received to make available to the ministry in terms of technical support, in terms of convening the kinds of experts and stakeholder meetings, a major communications initiative in terms of public awareness that allows in the immediate sense for the ministry to proceed.
The ministry has achieved the following in ensuring the Nairobi River's basin is clean. In one of the city's densely populated estates, Kayole, over 4,000 tons of waste, which had been dumped at both sides of the river, have been removed and the clean dump site handed over to the Nairobi City Council in a function full of color and pomp, and which was presided over by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Lawrence Lenayapa, who represented the Minister for Environment and Mineral Resources.
We have handed over a clean environment to you.
At Kijabi Street Globe Cinema roundabout within the environs of the Nairobi city, and which was once choked with garbage, a clean and secure environment has been secured within a 2.5-kilometer stretch where landscaping, beautification and tree planting has taken place, and the area is to be transformed into a picnic site. In Kawangware, within the suburbs of the Nairobi city, removal of solid waste from illegal dump sites has been undertaken. At Deep Sea High Ridge in Westlands Estate of the city, solid waste which had been dumped in both sides of the river has been removed, and at the Museum Hill Chiromo area, the river has been cleared of waste. While at Gatina and Nairobi River at Mau Mau Bridge, physical removal of solid waste has been undertaken and the river is now clean. In order to ensure that our environment is clean, secure, well managed, and our efforts in solid waste management is maintained, the ministry has established 4 hotlines to enable the public and all stakeholders to report any unlawful dumping for legal action.